Welcome in with Build Spooky Shit with Morningstar or something. Today, I would like to inspire to give you tips and tricks to do your own spooky build, or just like any haunted mansion that is always a good go-to all year round. We are gonna use one of my old Yogtober contest builds while I show you basically my 3 biggest tips that I always do and make use of when I do a build. And this will obviously be very useful and can be applied to any type of build that you want to do in the future. But I tend to do very gothic or spooky mansion, castle type of builds. And this is basically the thing that sparks my creative passion. So what I always do is that I go through what I can craft, and I craft everything that I feel like fits within the theme. So for this, it's a spooky building project. So I pop down everything that I feel like would work in a environment, in a build like that. So here we have some examples, and when I work on stream, I work on creative mode, so that makes it obviously so much easier to go through everything we have, or everything I have unlocked. But it works the same way if you just go through the workbenches and your inventory to find what you need. If you just have the resources, pop them all down, because for me personally it does help me kind of visualize and see patterns and see, like, you know, what we can work with. So if you're using creative mode, just go and pick up the hammer and go into the decorations. I go all the way to the top, go into the first one, and then I look through what could work in a spooky build. In this case, I think this could work for, like, if we have a basement or like a castle with a prison level or something like that. This would work very well. So I will pop that down in the middle of a big room in the build that I am planning on decorating. And then we press the right button and we go into the next one, and I look through, okay, so a lot of these would work, but what is the vibe for the spooky mansion, spooky gothic build or castle, wherever we are gonna build? What is the vibe? What is the color scheme as well? Because we have that to play with too, and that is gonna be my second tip for you guys, or the third one. Actually, I'm gonna keep that one to the last, and I will show you what I mean with that. And in this case, depending on the size and what type of build, you might want to have this. That's cool, that's spooky, I like that. But also, like, this would work. Let's place it where we can place it. And cost, like candles is a instant go-to for me. I don't tend to use the black candle as much, because I like when you have a little bit of a darker build, you want that pop of white with the candle to really set the right vibe. I mean, that's me personally. And with that said, the same goes for the kind of the colored candles, depending on if you're going with a couple of different colors like green or green and purple, blue, or whatever you're going with to create an eerie, spooky kind of feeling. You might want to go with colored candles, but then just stick with the one color and let's not make it Christmas. But personally, I always go with the white ones. And when you got all of your creative stuff, you've gone through all of your workbenches, pop down everything that you can craft that you feel like is giving you the vibe, and you've gone through you could even go through crafting stations to see what benches would be able to work with my build. Like, if you don't want to use this build as a functional build. If you just want to make it for looks, maybe you are making a video, whatever your reason for the build is, or the purpose actually, then you might want to use specific workbenches that would be spooky, like the alchemist bench, and especially I think it's the improved one. If I can just press on the buttons, improved alchemy bench. Where do we have that? Religion? No, I mean in religion, the Sath workbench, when it's leveled up all the way up, you got this big altar with a huge spider. Always a go-to for the garden, unless you're doing a huge build and you want it to be like you have one big room, and you want to do this as a centerpiece in that said room. That will work very well. I think you could do with most of these would be like, depending on how you decorate them, they all could go very well in a big spooky build. But sorcery, I think it is as well. Oh yeah, sorcery would work very well. Let's say you have a dungeon, you want to have the sacrificial stone and the bench as well. Always a good choice. And then if you're doing a graveyard build, or you want to do like a half abandoned graveyard on the outside, don't forget about the shallow grave. But I was forgetting where the bench is. Let's go through these. Alchemy, obviously it's alchemy. I was in there and I was just like, Okay, improved alchemy bench looks like, let's see, looks like this. So as you see, the alchemy bench will absolutely work in any spooky build. And if you're doing like a kitchen area, the cooking, the later cooking, let's see, improved stove would be fantastic as well. You just put a bunch of skulls on there, candles, you know, that's heckin' perfect. Decorate it above, make it all spoopy. Top tier. It's all about what you add to it as well. You can add to the benches. But yeah, let's pull it in again here. I'm going a little bit out of the box that I put this tip in. So when you place everything around on the floor and you feel like, yeah, that's all the things, that's when you start to portion them out. Where do this go? Can I add something more? If I combine, and with that said, I am using vanilla mode on my server. So all of this is vanilla placed, vanilla everything. So as you can see here, if we take away this, I will show you. So this is done in vanilla. It's just the iron cauldron with weathered skulls and the little, what are those called? Kindling on top. Kindling. Don't snooze on kindling. That should be one of my tips. But literally, kindling is so underused, underappreciated. It's one of my favorite things to add into things. Like, look at this here. We got another iron cauldron, a different one, and then I added kindling in the middle, and then some skulls. Let's take off that so you can see, and some skulls around, and all of a sudden you just don't just have an iron cauldron. You got a whole thing. Like it gives a vibe. It's not just, you know, you just didn't just place a cauldron there. Same thing here. You see, I placed a bunch of kindling behind this pot to kind of give that effect of ember coming up underneath it. And usually you don't see it. Like if you go into the room, you don't see it, depending on how you place it. You just gotta be sneaky about placement to see, to give items a little bit more life, basically. So don't sleep on kindling. Don't sleep on kindling, because they are so heckin' good. They are so heckin' good. But yeah, so that is my first tip. My second tip is that when you decorate any home, and especially a haunted gothic mansion kind of build, more is more. I keep saying this in my stream, more is more. Don't be scared with over decorating. It's under decorating that is gonna kind of make you sit and be like, what am I missing? Why is it not, like, I can't pull this together? It doesn't look as good as that creator or that video that I saw on YouTube. More. You need to add more. And if you're doing a spooky mansion build, the one tip that I can give you with more is more is adding candles. Candles everywhere. Candles and skulls. And some more candles. Or did you say candles? Yeah, some more candles. A couple more candles. Where do we have where do we have them? Candles. Add candle up there. Add candles there. And wherever you can add candles, you know. More candles. Where I got this inspiration or this idea of the candles and adding in candles is I used to play a lot of Bloodborne, Dark Souls, and even horror games like Resident Evil, and I grew up on Resident Evil, and that is basically where I feel like I get my the vibe. I that's where I think back when I want to decorate. I think, what would Dark Souls do? How would they decorate in Bloodborne? And then I add some candles and skulls. Bones, candles, and skulls. Add some candles. More candles. More is more. So basically, when you think that you are done, like I am done, I've decorated so much, add more skulls. Add more candles. 30 more candles, at least. Pop them down. Organize them. We have basically 3 different sizes of candles. And just play around with it. Add the one on a stand in the back, a few of the shorter ones, and the absolute shortest ones in the front. And then turn them around a little bit. The short ones you can spin, and they have different like tilts and patterns, and you can make it look more random and not just the same candle placed over and over again. So that is one big and huge tip that I always tell people that are like wondering, how do you, like, I really like your decorations. I really like how you decorated this build, and what would be your tips? More. Add more decorations. More. It's when you are under decorating that you will feel like, I can't get it to click. It's not clicking. And that's where I feel like the first tip is really helpful. When you already place down a bunch of things on the ground, basically do it in the middle of the biggest room you have in your build, and just place down all of them, and then you can just go in when you have your hammer up. That's the hammer, yeah. You just go in and you tap on it with the middle mouse button to copy it, and then you place it in your build, like the bloody footprints, and then you copy that, and the candles, and then you go around, place more of it. More sorry, but more is more when it comes to spooky builds and decorating builds in general, because we forget how much stuff is in buildings. If you watch a horror movie, think about what is there? Is there spider webs everywhere? And then like crates and candles on crates like, and candles in the corners. Don't forget about just placing small bits and bobs everywhere. That's my biggest tip. Definitely my biggest tip. So another super fun feature that I make use of when I make my builds in Conan Exile, and especially Conan Exile, because I don't know any other building survival crafter that I'm playing at the moment that have this feature. I will call it a feature. It's basically where you place lights, and the lights bounce. So they bounce through walls and foundations and stuff. So you can make a very interesting kind of color variation on your build without having light everywhere and without having any light on the outside at all of your build, and will still glow around your entire build on the outside. And I will show you here what I mean, because you see I placed these here. These are gold. These are gold. So these are the, what are they called now? These are the radium. You have the standing radium gem torch and the wall mounted one that is in the base game, and in them you can basically place a die, any die that you wish. So as you can see here, I placed 4 green die is what I use when I want to have a green glowing effect. 4 green die. And then you place just 1 die in there in all of your torches that you want to have that die. See, I have 2 here, 2 on the other side. I got 2 here, I got 2 here, and then, let's see. Did I place any on the outside at all? Nope. And then, let's see where I placed that. I'm just looking around because I tend to hide these torches because they don't need to be open, like in the open for this to work. And then I think the only ones that you can see on the outside are these 2 purple ones. I think those are the only purple ones that I have. Let's go around. Yeah, but you can already see that those 2, the light has bounced all the way over here on this wall. Let's go around the entire build. No more lights. Yep, it's the 4 inside. The 4, sorry, 6 I think it is. 2 in the towers and 2 here. And then you have the 2 here. Did I put any green ones here? No. All right. Wait. Yeah. 2 in the towers and 2 on the front. Okay, sorry. Yes, 6 of them lights. 6 of them lights. And then the only 2 purple ones are here. The purple that I've used for this is the full purple dye. So you got the same kind of intensity of the color for the green and for the purple. And what happens, and I'm gonna show you, when we make it a bit darker. So let's go in to the, I'm an admin, so I can go in and change the time of day. So we're gonna do that. And we're gonna set it to 10 o'clock. Look at that. Look at the bounce of the light. You only have the green ones inside and the 2 purple in the front, and you can see the spread and the bounce of the light. It's amazing. I use myself of this trick all the time to create these like multicolored like spoopy eerie bases kind of things. You see, it even bounces on the little spider altar there, and it just looks so cool. And you can obviously use any 2 colors or whatever color you want to do this. Hide the torches, the lights will still bounce everywhere. You can play around and see where do you want the light to touch and where do you not want it to kind of show. So the problem with this effect feature is that it's hard to make it not show where you don't want it. So you have to kind of sink it into a foundation or something like that to kind of minimize the spread. But yeah, I think it's a pretty cool thing that you can do in Conan that I never have seen. I don't think I've seen this in any of the other building games that I play. We are gonna switch back to daytime. And I have an honorable mention that I would like to include. So if you decorate outside. Look at this here. You play you make a scene basically. You make think about your build. You want it to be alive. You want it to be like if you are going to play a horror game, how would they do it so it feels alive and feels immersive? So here I placed a bunch of skulls around, different angles, a little bit bits and bobs, candles, more candles. You got the cages, some of them open, some of them closed, and then you want to incorporate, I say, if you have the opportunity to use, what is it called now? Oh, it's undead. It's probably undead. Undead. There it is. If you have the undead dog or undead the horse, I think I got the horse. I think I've unlocked the horse as well. It came with the new bazaar pack. The new bazaar pack, don't snooze on that also. We are gonna give away the new bazaar pack on my Twitch. So go and head over to my Twitch. It's Morningstar on Twitch as well. We are gonna give out more codes too. This Shadows in the Media bundle, which is an amazing bundle. This, you can add your own text on this gravestone. Just saying. Just saying. It's amazing. I love it. This is so cool as well. And then you have these ghoulish cats, and obviously anything that is skeleton. Yeah. Skeleton. I love. But back to what I was trying to show you is don't forget to make your base alive. So you want to place down some creatures that will go with the vibe. Like in this case, we got the dogs. We placed down a couple of these dogs here and there. Let's just do this. Perfect. And then you do want to have unlocked the ability to give them an emote. You do that by like finding the little scrolls and stuff like that around in the world. So you go in to the emote tab and you choose relaxing or sit or eat. In this case, we are gonna use eat because we want this to look like they are eating the skulls. There we go. Then you have all these dogs eating the human remains on your property. Only me that kind of loves that. Probably. Are they cannibals if the bone dogs eat the bones? Does it work like that? I'm not too sure. But yeah, okay. So that was my contribution to the creative Yogtober tips and tricks corner of the universe. Yeah, don't be afraid of decorating. Add more. More is more. More is more. Add more candles. That's all I have today. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you like this, make sure to give it some thumbs up, a couple of them, or just one, whatever works. And press that subscribe button because I am gonna try to be more active from now on. And yeah, head over to my Twitch, Morningstar Twitch. We do giveaways all the time. I have loads of codes all the time. We were able to start giving out bazaar items now with the new Age of Heroes. So that's a new feature that is super exciting for us creators because we can vary our giveaways more because most of us already have the DLCs. And now we are able to give some more fun items away to our community. So don't forget to do that, and I will see you in the next one.